Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me today. If you haven't heard yet, the news is out. Tesla has officially purchased $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. Amazing. Definitely something that we didn't expect this. I didn't expect it this soon, guys. I was definitely predicting that Tesla would have some of this on their balance sheet. I will link, once I replay this video later on, to a video that I made a few weeks ago where I said that one of my predictions for this year was that Tesla was going to take part of their balance sheet and buy Bitcoin. And crazy. My three predictions for this year, one of them being that Elon was going to be one of the richest, or I'm sorry, my prediction was Elon Musk was going to become the richest man in the world this year. And in that video, I said that it was going to happen sometime this year. All we needed was Elon to have, or Tesla to have a great week or a great day, and we needed Amazon to maybe not have such a great day. And a few days later, I think maybe a week later, Elon Musk became the richest man in the world. I also made the prediction of Bitcoin becoming a part of their balance sheet, and now, this day, officially, Bitcoin is on the balance sheet of Tesla. So why am I making this video, and why am I telling you guys that this is something that we need to look out for? Because that has sent Bitcoin going through the roof. The price now for one single Bitcoin is almost $45,000. It was floating around, I believe. Let's check it out where it was at the moment of this announcement. It looks like it was trading around $38,000. Let's take a quick look at that for a sec. $38,000. This is where we were. We were right here, floating around $37,000 to $38,000. And then as soon as the announcement came up, no, actually it was right here. This is the moment it happened. $38,000. We get the announcement sometime around 7:30 this morning, and it went straight. Look at this, guys. This whole wick right here. You see this wick on top of this candle? This is where it went. It went straight up to $44,000. Came back down for a little bit. Went back up, and right now it's floating around $44,000, as you can see here, between $44,000 to $45,000. Just incredible. I can't believe it. It's nuts. I'm not sure if you guys watching this, if you guys are holding Bitcoin, if you have any thoughts of getting Bitcoin on for yourself or for your future investments, but it looks like Tesla has already taken that step forward. Hopefully you guys are doing the same thing too, because this really, guys, I'm telling you, I never thought that just by one man making one announcement that it would send Bitcoin going this crazy. I mean, he is obviously probably one of the most powerful people in the world, but I'm so excited. And if you guys are a little late to the party, kind of like he was, well, it's actually not that late to get involved. And if you guys have any questions on how to get yourself more involved, obviously leave it in the chat section right now. But I'm going to tell you guys about some predictions that I have that I think personally we're going to see for Bitcoin and Ethereum and some other cryptocurrencies very soon. There's a lot of people predicting that we're going to see a $50,000 to $70,000 Bitcoin in this month in February, and I think that is not something that's too far-fetched. I do think that could very much happen this year. I think that Bitcoin could hit into the triple digits easily, and maybe into the 250 to 300,000 mark, guys. Tell me what you guys are thinking. What do you think that Bitcoin is going to do this year? Leave it in the chat section here. I like to see what you guys are saying. Also, are you guys holding on to any other altcoins that you think might moon pretty soon? And I'll let you know what research I've done on them if I've seen them before. But as far as Bitcoin goes, guys, this is going to be a huge catalyst. It's probably the biggest thing that's ever happened to Bitcoin, probably since its inception. I mean, aside from Michael Saylor and PayPal and Square getting involved last year, this is probably the biggest thing that we've seen for Bitcoin so far. And the reason I say that, guys, is because right now that Elon's kind of paved the way and kind of let everyone else out there in the S&P 500 in these big companies out there that it's okay to hold part of your balance sheet in Bitcoin and in cryptocurrencies, maybe even some diversified cryptocurrencies, because that's not out of his playbook. He could also diversify into Ethereum, and God only knows if he'll even diversify into Dogecoin. I have no idea what he's trying to do with his whole Dogecoin nonsense that he was pulling over the weekend, which don't get me wrong, I think it's great, and I think that it does have some possibilities for the future. one of the things I recently learned about Dogecoin is that Dogecoin also has a finite amount. Even though it's like 100 billion coins that are available, there's still not going to be any more. So if you look at that and compare it to the US dollar, the US dollar has about like what, maybe 20 to 30 trillion dollars in circulation, or maybe more. If you guys know the exact number, leave it in the chat. But looking at it from that perspective, Dogecoin is actually more valuable than the US dollar because there's less available Dogecoin, and there'll never be any more Dogecoin. Meanwhile, we can print our dollars into infinity. So when I found that out, I kind of took it a little bit more seriously, because I always was informed by people in the space that Dogecoin is really kind of like a joke, or kind of like a parody on Bitcoin. But now it's starting to look like it might have some wings, guys. It's starting to get back up there into the close to the 10-cent mark. So pretty big returns for people who are looking to just get introduced. Even though Dogecoin is a little bit of like, how would I call it? Almost kind of like a meme or a joke. It's not really a joke, because it's opening people's eyes up to cryptocurrencies. And if you're gonna download, I don't know, Kraken, or maybe you're going to download Binance, or even now crypto.com, and you're going to start buying Dogecoin, eventually you're going to start looking on there and say, well, what about this Bitcoin stuff? What about this Ethereum stuff? What about this Aave stuff? Maybe there's some other ones that I can invest in too. And then you start to figure out that, hey, maybe I don't have to put all my eggs into this Dogecoin basket. Maybe I could diversify into other cryptocurrencies. And once people see that, then it's kind of like investing in penny stocks versus investing into like Apple and Tesla. So I'm very glad that it's opening up people's at least horizons in that case, because most people probably wouldn't have really, a lot of people who are getting their information from the mainstream probably wouldn't have taken the initiative. And then once they see that Dogecoin is only, selling for a few cents, it kind of just gets them more involved, because they see Bitcoin at 45,000, they see Dogecoin at a few cents, they say this is a good entry level. But then when they figure out that they can spend $100 on Bitcoin, or they can spend $100 on Ethereum as well, it's a really good path for a lot of people. So there is a lot of talk right now in the mainstream, guys, about why Elon Musk has done this. And there's a lot of people out there right now saying that there's so many haters out there right now, guys. It's just crazy. I think what Elon's doing is great. I think he's very forward thinking, even though he called himself late to the party on the Clubhouse interview that he had recently. I still think, guys, that he's still very early in terms, because if you would have invested in, let's say, Google, or if you would have invested in Tesla, or if you would have invested in Amazon 10 years ago, even though those companies have been around since the early 90s, if you would have invested 10 years ago, all those investments are up several %. So I don't think any of us are too late to the party if we want to get involved now, and especially now that Elon has kind of said, look, this is something that's real. They released a 10K, which is their yearly report for Tesla just this morning. And it says in there that not only are they going to allow the company to have $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin on their balance sheet, but they're also going to allow for payment of their vehicles in Bitcoin. Not BitPay, but Bitcoin. So there's a major difference, because they will actually accept, I don't know who's dumb enough to actually use Bitcoin to pay for anything, but if they want to pay for a car, they can pay for a car with Bitcoin. Now, people used to do that back in the day when they thought that Bitcoin had hit its all-time high, but people are less likely to do that nowadays, because Bitcoin is kind of like the quickest appreciating asset that there is out there. And if you pay for it today, let's just say you bought a Model 3 today for $40,000, that Bitcoin could be worth $100,000 next month. So I don't think people are going to want to do that. But just in case someone out there is dumb enough to do that, Tesla literally said that we are willing to accept your Bitcoin. And if they do accept that Bitcoin, that just means that they're going to have more Bitcoin on their balance sheet at a reduced price. Because remember, they have a margin on their vehicles. Their margin is about like 15%. Or maybe 20%, depending on how efficient they get. So for them, it would kind of like getting Bitcoin at a 15 to 20% discount every time they sell a vehicle in Bitcoin. So obviously, not a lot of people are going to do that, but there will be people out there who will do it. Maybe, I don't know if they're going to do it because they don't know any better, or maybe some people will do it just to maybe get the attention So let me give you this example. So let's just say I had the $40,000 in cash to buy a Tesla Model 3, but I also had the Bitcoin to do it. Maybe if I wanted some press around my brand, or if I'm an influencer, or if maybe I'm a company, maybe what I would do is I would just take the 40K, buy the Bitcoin, and then immediately transfer it over to buy the car. You know, maybe somebody would want to do that just to get the added attention to whatever they're doing. That could be very well be a possibility. So I'm not sure what his intentions are with that, but what I am seeing a lot of is I'm seeing so much hate from the mainstream media. I'm seeing so much hate from gold bugs. I'm seeing so much hate from people out there who are like saying, well, Elon, he's been pumping Bitcoin since last month. He's been pumping Dogecoin since last month, and now he's coming out that he's invested in it. That's kind of like being how would I say? That's almost like a conflict of interest, because if you were to pump up a stock, if you were publicly traded and you're pumping up a stock, and then it turns out that you were front running it, which means that you bought that stock before you pumped it up, that's basically illegal. You know, Elon Musk has actually gotten in trouble with the SEC before. He's had to pay $10 million fine to the SEC when he said that Tesla's stock was overvalued. You know, so there's been times when he's felt the wrath of the SEC, but unfortunately for the SEC or whoever is, you know, crying over here about Elon diversifying into Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency market is not regulated by the SEC. Well, not now at least. Who knows in the future what can happen. But right now, it seems that Elon could do whatever he wants with cryptocurrency because there is no regulation around it. You know, can they try to question him or see if there's anything they can do to get this man in trouble? Absolutely. And I'm sure he's prepared for that. I mean, he's the richest man in the world. If he wants to spend, you know, $10-20 million on, you know, proving a point, you know, maybe that's what he wants to do with his money, because he's not buying any more houses. He's not really a flashy guy. So maybe that's what he wants to do with his money. But I think that what he's done so far is basically like slapping all the I would call it the mainstream way of thinking, all the way that people are always taught to kind of like follow this direction, never be a groundbreaker. And he's done everything. He's done pretty much everything that everyone out there was hoping he would do. You know, with the exception of like obviously coming out saying he also has Dogecoin on his books, and who knows, that might be in the cards for the future for him as well, right? I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think his idea was behind this whole Dogecoin thing? Do you guys think he's really has something up his sleeve? Because I mentioned to someone in one of the comments on Twitter that Elon Musk never does anything without a master plan. So I feel like he's doing something with the Dogecoin thing to eventually use it for another purpose. I don't know if it's going to be the currency on Mars. I mean, as crazy as that sounds, or I don't know what his intention is with it, but he's the only one who has been able to legitimize that crypto. So who knows what he's going to do with that. Let me read some of your comments here and see what you guys are thinking. So Kurt Solomon says, yes, he's buying. Kurt Solomon says he thinks that Bitcoin's going to 100K this year. Max Kaiser, who is actually one of the earliest cryptocurrency Bitcoin investors, he has an estimate of 227,000 for this year, guys. Pretty insane. I'm really excited to be a part of this, and I know that, you know, a lot of us think that, oh man, we're late, guys. This is just getting started. It's just barely scratching the surface. It won't go straight up. Nothing ever does. There will be a lot of pullbacks. There'll be a lot of people getting shaken out of their positions because of a lot of news that's going to be coming out. Because remember, now institutions are getting involved in cryptocurrency. So that means that institutions will use the mainstream media to scare a lot of people out of their positions, get rid of the weak hands. So big investors, you know, funds and institutional investing companies, they're going to come in and scoop it up every time they do that. So don't be shaken out of your position if you guys are thinking of investing. If you're going to buy crypto or if you're going to buy Bitcoin in particular, and Ethereum and a few others, just make sure you just lock it up and forget about it, guys. There's no need to second guess what you're going to do. This is one of the, I think, greatest opportunities we are going to have this is one of the greatest opportunities I think I've seen aside from the internet. So if you guys think I'm just crazy and maybe I drank too much Kool-Aid, let me know. But I do think that this is going to be a great opportunity for a lot of us to really really get that beginning if you guys have never invested before, but really get that boost to your income, guys, or to your holdings. So hopefully this is working out for you guys. Let's see, Amir Darwish, Amir saying, do you think Elon's buying Bitcoin will increase Ethereum? Well, Ethereum is on a trajectory to the moon all on its own. Even if Bitcoin went sideways for the next 2 months, I'm going to tell you what, let me pull up that right now and I'll show you guys what I mean. I'm going to pull this up and show you Ethereum. Ethereum to the US dollar. And let me just go ahead and share the screen with you guys. All right. So let's take a quick look at Ethereum. So this is Ethereum's chart, and I'm sorry for all the crazy patterns here. I get a little carried away sometimes. All right, so we've got Ethereum here, and as you can see, Ethereum has, let's see where we can start. All right, so Ethereum started to get really hot right around here. So on February 7th, Ethereum hit a low of about $1,528. From this date to about, no, let me see. Let me go back. Yeah, it was right around here. This is where we were. All right, sorry. Now we're good. Yeah, right around here, guys. This is on February 1st. Ethereum was trading around $1,300. And a lot of people were saying that, you know, Ethereum was going to go to $2,500, $2,700 by the end of February. But it was almost, it was the beginning of February and we're still hovering around $1,300. But aside from no news whatsoever in the Bitcoin space, we saw Ethereum literally take off and go from 1,300 all the way up here, guys, almost with no corrections, very limited corrections, all the way to 1,300 to about $1,600, $1,700, $1,701, guys. Pretty much on a parabolic rise, almost no stopping at all. And then we got some corrections right around here, which is healthy. This is what we need to see when we have anything that goes up this quick. We need to get a couple of corrections. And then we saw a little bit more strength, and then we saw a little bit more strength. And here we go, and we had a little bit of consolidation around here, dropping back down all the way to about $1,492. And still without any Bitcoin news, it saw its way all the way up to around, let's see, this was today. Let's see how far it was. Yeah, so we started off the day right around here. Yeah, so we started the day right around here, guys. We're at $1,589. So as you can see, Ethereum was already coming up on its own again without any help of Bitcoin. But once Bitcoin news was announced, Ethereum took off as well. We're over here at $1,584, and it ran all the way up to about $1,700, almost $1,800, $1,777 for the high today. So that is just straight bananas. And the reason why I'm telling you that it would have done it all on its own, there's a couple of things that are influencing Ethereum right now that I'm excited about. And one of those things is Ethereum right now is way too congested. There's too many people using it. There's too much throttling going on, and it's costing a ton of money to transact in Ethereum right now. So if you guys have been trying to buy anything recently, if you guys have been trying to send money recently, you guys probably experiencing some really expensive fees to do that. And that's because Ethereum right now, the way it works is that the validators got to get paid every time that a transaction goes, because they got to make sure that all the boxes are checked, just to give you guys a quick example. So with that being said, Ethereum needs a better way for it to move quicker. And they're releasing very soon what is called the EIP 1559, which is basically a new enhancement, a second layer to Ethereum that's going to make Ethereum much cheaper to conduct business in, and it's also going to allow it to be much quicker than it currently is, with a bunch of other improvements as well. But that's one of the things that's really holding up Ethereum right now. But the craziest part of all is that the major blue chip altcoins right now, such as Aave, Chainlink, we got Uniswap, a lot of these big altcoins, they're all using the Ethereum blockchain, and it's just right now it's becoming one of the biggest things in the crypto space is decentralized finance, where you can invest money and get a ridiculous return on that money. And Ethereum is the one that's allowing that to happen. So Ethereum is getting stronger by the day. So we've seen some of these coins such as Aave go up 1,000% just this year. And imagine if all of these projects are getting so much attention and there's so much money being pumped into them, you got to remember they wouldn't really be functioning if it wasn't for Ethereum's blockchain. So Ethereum is the beneficiary of all of this. So even though Bitcoin was moving sideways, we did see Ethereum climb. Ethereum was probably going to hit $2,500 all on its own. Now that we've got this strong backing from Elon, Ethereum's definitely going to hit $2,500 this month, if not maybe even closer to $3,000 this month. So I do see Ethereum being a good one. I hold pretty much, I'm a little heavier in Ethereum than I am in Bitcoin, just because I did feel like there was Ethereum hadn't even hit its all-time high up until this month. Meanwhile, Bitcoin had crushed its all-time high by almost by more than 2x in January. So I still thought that Ethereum had more room to run. As I do Cardano, I actually just picked up a lot of Cardano this weekend because I think Cardano is probably going to 2x this month too. I don't know if you guys know about that one, but if you guys have any questions about any other ones, just leave it down below. Let me see what other things you guys have here. Can you keep your Bitcoin? I'll keep my silver bars. I still have silver too, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with holding silver. I will tell you this though, after holding silver and iridium hydrogen, I don't know how long you've held silver for, but I've had silver for over 10 years. I would say closer to maybe 12 years I've owned silver. And in those 12 years, my silver, if I'm lucky, has doubled in value. Doubled, that's it. Doubled in value over 12 years. Probably one of the worst performing assets that I've ever owned. Even though I still own some, I sold the majority of it, thankfully, and I invested it all into crypto earlier this year. I would not expect silver to have any kind of a parabolic increase like we're seeing right now in the cryptocurrency space. I would just keep a little silver just in case. It's just kind of like your just in case bag, but I wouldn't consider it a major investment. And I'll tell you another thing too, it's very hard to store. It's very hard to sell. It's very illiquid in that sense. And it's very heavy, guys. If you ever try to transport that, it's almost damn near impossible. I mean, it literally took me, I would say probably 3 trips back and forth from my house to the car because it's just so heavy, guys. It's just insane. So I don't recommend it. Meanwhile, you can travel internationally from one country to another with a little ledger or with nothing at all, and you can access your Bitcoin, you know, on the cloud or wherever you go. It's very simple to do. So I do think that Bitcoin has that advantage over it. Let's see. There are a lot of Tesla Tesla-naires. I guess that's someone who's a millionaire because of Tesla. I have a hard time pronouncing that. There's a lot of Tesla-naires out there. I can see many of them paying with Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I could see that, the people who love the brand that much. And I will tell you this much. A lot of people who love Tesla, they also love Bitcoin. Because if you love Tesla, you're a big fan of technology. And that's exactly what Bitcoin is. It's technology. So I don't think that these kind of people are two different sides of the coin. I think they're the same people. So I could see, you know, a lot of people paying in Bitcoin as long as they do what I said. They buy the Bitcoin first with their cash and then they buy the car. Might be just a statement, you know, it might be just a way to just show their adoption for the currency. Amir, thank you, Amir, for tuning in. I appreciate you commenting on that. Ethereum looks like an operating system OS, and that's all the coins run on. Yeah, there's a few different out there, guys. Ethereum is one of the major operating systems out there, if you want to call it that. Ethereum is a great solution for a lot of these projects, but then you also have Cardano that I just mentioned earlier. You have Polkadot that I just mentioned earlier too, and there's a lot of other ones that are coming out all the time. And we don't know who the clear winner is going to be. We don't know. Just like back in the .com era, we didn't know that Amazon was going to be the clear winner. We didn't know what companies were going to survive, what companies weren't going to survive. But it's looking right now like Ethereum is really strong. And, you know, you never know. Maybe you'll have a second runner-up as like Yahoo, you know, to Google. But we don't know. Maybe we'll have a Polkadot also coming out very soon that's going to have a lot of promise to it. But all I can tell you guys is just keep investing, just keep stacking, just keep doing what you're doing. But don't confuse this for financial advice. I'm just going to tell you guys what I'm doing. There is something that I saw on CoinDesk earlier today. I saw an interview or people talking about what Elon had just done, and I'm pretty sure it's probably nothing more than just hate on Elon. But I will tell you this: there's going to be a lot more people talking about how wrong Elon is for this, and I couldn't disagree more. I think that everything needs to change. Like the only thing in life that it should be guaranteed or we should have is basically change. Change should always be part of everything, because if we don't get change, things always stay the same and they stagnate. But I love the fact that Elon made this move. I think we'll be feeling the repercussions of this for years, leading after this event. So I just wanted to create this live video today, guys, to tell you how excited I am and how excited I know a lot of people in the community are. I woke up this morning to that news, and I've had a tremendous day ever since. Looking at your accounts after news like that, guys, will get anyone super excited. So if you guys haven't done so yet and you want to start investing into a Bitcoin or any kind of cryptocurrency, I will leave my link down below to the one that I use. I use Coinbase if you guys want to check them out. Very simple to use, very friendly interface. There's a lot of other complicated ones. There's a few others that I use as well, like Kraken and Binance, but those are a little bit more difficult for the average person to use. But if you want to check it out, you can go ahead and use that link down below. It'll help the channel, and I'm sure you guys would also appreciate it, because you will get $10 in free Bitcoin when you do use that referral link. Also, we do have a private group where we meet and we discuss opportunities in the crypto space, in the stock market space. So if you guys want to join a club that's going to keep you on your toes and keep you accountable, there's also a link down below in the description where you guys can find out more about that. It's less than $1 a day. I always tell everyone, if you have enough money to buy a cup of coffee, then you definitely have enough money to learn how to invest your money, or at least be around a group of investors who are definitely pushing you to that next level. So very excited about that. We started at about a month ago, and we're up to about almost 50 members in that group, which is really exciting, because it even keeps me on my toes. It makes me do more research so I can help everyone else out, and I can deliver, and I can bring you guys value every time we have those meetings. So if you guys are interested in that, we meet every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. and we also communicate on our Discord chat room. So it's been really great, and I look forward to it every week. I always say it's my favorite day of the week when we do that. Let's see, we got a couple other questions here. So to get started, is it simple as having a Coinbase account? Yeah, it's as simple as that. Even if you have a PayPal account, if you've got a Square account, you can buy on any account. Now, the only thing that I will tell you this is that you should definitely not buy Bitcoin on Robinhood or WEBULL or anything like that. The reason why I'm telling you that is because when you buy crypto on Robinhood, you actually can't really do anything with that. It's not, you can't actually send it anywhere. You can't really, you don't really own it. You don't have the keys to it. Never buy on those types of sites. You're better off getting a Coinbase, a Gemini. You're better off getting like a Kraken or a Binance. It's much better, guys, because you can literally take that Bitcoin off the internet. You can take it off their site and you can download it into a Trezor or a Ledger. It's basically a glorified USB that's they can keep all of your Bitcoin if you want to take it offline. Like I personally don't like to take it offline, because I prefer to stake it, which means you can earn interest on your Bitcoin holdings or your Ethereum holdings or whatever it is that you want to hold. And obviously they take care of your crypto for you as well, because they have all types of security measures and it's insured. So if you guys are interested in doing that, then obviously that would be a good way for you guys to do it. Just use Coinbase or Gemini, one of the bigger specialized platforms, because I definitely wouldn't trust Robinhood, especially after everything that's happened recently. And not only that, but you don't actually have the Bitcoin in your possession. It's somewhere else and you don't have access to it. John says, I found you through Florida videos. Thanks so much for information. No problem, John. I'm glad that you found me any which way possible. I do try to mix up my channel with a little Florida info, because I don't want to preach to the choir, because if I only make financial education videos, I'm only going to be talking to people who are looking for financial literacy and probably already educated in this space. I do like making the Florida videos, because I educate people in Florida and I bring in people into these circles who have maybe never really thought about investing their money or looking into crypto. So thank you for watching, John. Eva Z says, FYI, the Coinbase referral link does not work. Really? Let's look at that. Let's take a quick look at that and see if that's true, because it's been working so far for all the other ones I've been doing. Oh, let me just check to see if maybe what's going on there. If that doesn't work, then I will go ahead and give you guys a new link right now. Seems to be working. I just put it into your chat. I don't know. I'm sorry, Eva. If that doesn't work, I'm going to give you a secondary link to that. And here you go. There's a secondary link in case the first link doesn't work for you. And if you guys are also interested in joining our Patreon group where we discuss all these investment opportunities, I'm going to put that in there as well. You guys can have that. And I'll just close out with telling you guys this. If you guys are enjoying these videos, please leave it in the comments if you have any ideas of anything else you guys want to learn about. But I will continue to come to you guys whenever I have some great information or I have anything that's relevant. There are some other really great opportunities, guys. I've been meaning to do a video recently on the 3 stocks that I just bought, but there's just been so much other news that's been really kind of taking its place. But look out for those, so make sure you turn on the notifications to this channel so when I do drop information like that, these are golden nuggets, guys. And I'm not telling you guys to, to invest in what I invest in, but I'm going to open up your eyes for opportunities that you may have not looked at before. So if that's something you're interested in, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. And to hit the notification bell, guys, because that way you guys can be ahead. I normally do these videos and they're very time sensitive. I normally do them when a company or an opportunity is about to pop or news is about to be released. So it's very time sensitive. So make sure that you can get that. And absolutely, guys, I do think that G3 just said that Ethereum is cheap right now. It's all relative, because if you were buying ETH when it was $400, then you're going to think ETH is expensive right now to buy. But if you just came into the space right now and you're excited because of what's going on, you're going to find it cheap. Now, I will tell you this. If you took a time machine a year from now and you look back at Ethereum and you look back at Bitcoin today, we're all going to wish we bought some more. That's pretty much all I can say. That's at least my opinion and the way I see things. So hopefully that's the case, and hopefully we can all be in a much better financial position a year from now. So it's getting kind of late, guys. I got to spend some time with my daughters. I really appreciate you guys for joining me on today's call. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up so we can get this in front of more people and we can attract more people to this kind of information. So have a prosperous day, guys, a prosperous week, and just go ahead and keep on stacking, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. You guys are amazing, and have a great day. And don't forget, guys, if you know of anyone that needs to see this, share it with them, and have an amazing, amazing day, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.